What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Quarterbash. I'm Dave, and I have not made a video for this channel in a month and a half. And I'm sorry about that. I really am. Some of you know that I started another channel called Quarter Flips. I'd love it if you'd go check that out. And that's what I've been doing with my time since the beginning of the year, basically. I've been kind of restructuring myself. I think I mentioned this before, but it's been a while since I've made a video, so I'll mention it again. Yeah, that's where I'm doing all my sales stuff and where I'm just kind of rebuilding a reselling business. And I got a lot of things in place. It's all explained over there. You can start from the beginning, goes through the journey. And the recent videos are pretty cool. I just got a storage unit, found some cool stuff in there, a sword, a bunch of other neat stuff. So definitely go check that out, please. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do some coin stuff. I haven't done coin stuff in a long time. I haven't been able to. I've still been kind of amassing coins and like making plans for doing coin stuff. But this is where I actually get to jump back in. And of course, I'm going to jump back in with the copper count. The copper count, when I left off, was sitting at 1,187. And I also got some big chunks of copper, some copper rounds that I'm going to add in to weight. But I haven't figured out exactly how I want to present that yet. So those are there. Right now, I'm just going to keep pennies on the list. So 1,187. In the last little while, I've received 4 1970s copper pennies in change that I've gotten back. So we'll just, before we even get started on this whole batch, we'll just add those into the copper count. 1,191. Boom, they're in. Over on Quarter Flips, I made a video a while back where a friend, Zim, sent me some mystery boxes to open. He said there were 2 collections in those mystery boxes. I'll put that up. Go check that out if you don't mind. It's pretty cool, and it relates to this video. So he sent, well, I'll let you see what the other collection was, but for Quarterbash, he sent pennies, a whole bunch of pennies. Now I know there's a bunch of older wheat pennies in here, so that's going to be cool, but I know there's a bunch of pennies in here that can go into the copper count also. Now, he sent these books. They're not completely full, but they've got a bunch of pennies in them. I don't feel right taking pennies out of a book. I think I'm going to put these with the penny books that came with my dad's collection. Just keep them banded so we know that these are the ones that came from Zim. And unless Zim specifically tells me to take the copper coins out of these books and put them into the copper collection, I'm going to leave these be. So what we're going to do today, it's night when I'm filming, I'm going to go through these rolls and these loose and find out exactly what in here that Zim sent can go into my copper count. Hey, I haven't been here for a long time. I've missed it. Let's get going on these things. So I'll start with the loose before I get into the rolls. Rolls have some loose coins too. I don't know, they may have fallen out of the rolls. Yeah, some of the rolls are broken open, so we'll leave those for the time being. See what we've got here. So right off the bat, I can see that I was a little bit fooled. For some reason, when I looked in this bag, I was seeing this Lincoln Memorial, penny just on top. And I assumed that there'd be more of these mixed in, but these are all wheat pennies. I don't know the years yet. This is a 1980 copper, so this will go into the copper count. From the bag, it's 1. These I'm going to have to really take a look at, figure out what years they are. So 1920, and 1958. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to get into the rolls. Interesting. Well, interesting to me. I don't know how interesting it is. Once I get into the rolls, I'll probably crank the music back up and let you know what we found at the end. Here we go. The first roll was not exactly what I expected. It did have copper count pennies. It had 1 wheat penny, and it had more modern pennies, the zinc pennies. Nothing in here later than the year, what is this? Well, there's 2016s. Nothing later than 2016, so pretty modern roll, and that's fine. I'm not looking down my nose at it. I'm perfectly happy with it. I had thought maybe these rolls have been sitting around a little bit longer, but that's cool. That's totally fine. Let's see what else we can get out of them. Pretty good mix. Pretty good mix, I think. It's about what I see when I go get rolls from the bank, with the exception of they usually don't have this many wheat pennies. And even the rolls did have quite a few wheat pennies in them. Decent batch of copper once I get the 82s and 83s figured out. And this one Canadian, I just got one Canadian coin. It's so trash. It's a 1976. So I'll throw that in with the Canadian. Yeah, let's weigh these out and then let's count everything up and see what we've got. Here we go. We got 82s and we got 83s. If they're copper, they go there. If they're not copper, they go there. Let's see what we get. Oh, gotta set this to grams. Grams, here we go. Good. All right. Most of the 82s were copper, which is what we like to see. All right, Zim. 7 1983s, 7 shots at glory. Let's see that 3.1 come up. Well, that's what you expect with 83s. I will go through and count these up and take a look at what these wheat pennies are, and we'll come back and we'll sum it all up. And here we are at the final tally. For the wheat pennies, it was mostly, well, 50s, 40s and 50s. So basically we got 30s, 40s, 50s. See, we're missing the 43, of course. And no 58, no 48, no 38. And up here, we got a nice little 1920. Quite worn. I did go through and check for known errors, double dyes, all this kind of stuff. Shadow D on one of them. And you know what? Nothing. These were all just straightforward pennies, but that's cool. These, I don't really have a spot specifically for wheat pennies, but I'm going to have to develop that. So these will go into just my collection, the things that I've been finding from these videos, the box where I throw all that stuff. These will go there. As for the copper count, up here, we have 119 copper pennies. So the copper count was sitting at 1,191. We're going to add that 119 for a new total of 1,310 in the copper count. Excellent. Thank you, Zim, for making this happen, and thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Soon, not in a month and a half, I promise.